Hello my dear students, today we will discuss lecture number 2 of plant anatomy, that is organization of apical meristem. ये टॉपिक है ये हम पढ़ेंगे थ्योरीज के अंदर हम इसके वेरियस थ्योरीज पढ़ेंगे एंड व्हाट इज द से ऑफ वेरियस थ्योरीज। पहली थ्योरी जो है नंबर ए फर्स्ट थ्योरी which basically explains the organization of apical meristem, that's called as apical cell theory. Apical cell theory. This apical cell theory was given by Nageli and Hofmeister. Nageli and Hofmeister. Then, what is the main concept behind this theory? This theory states that there is a single cell called apical cell, like this. This theory states there is a single cell called apical cell at the apical meristem. This apical meristem is composed of single cell called apical cell. And this apical cell is pyramidal in shape. It is pyramidal in shape. Pyramidal, like this. It is pyramidal in shape. And this single cell called apical cell, which is pyramidal in shape, it is responsible for formation of all the tissues of the plant body. And this theory is valid only for small, large plants like algae, bryophytes and few pteridophytes. The plant body has very small size. And it holds true for both shoot apical meristem and root apical meristem. So briefly हम इसको बोल सकते हैं. Apical cell theory was given by Nageli and Hofmeister. This theory explains that apical meristem is composed of single cell called apical cell, which is pyramidal in shape, responsible for formation of all the tissues of the plant body. But this theory is valid for only lower plants like algae, bryophytes and small pteridophytes. And it is true for both SAM and RAM. Yani both SAM and RAM, shoot apical meristem and root apical meristem, is composed of single cell called apical cell in case of these algae, bryophytes and small pteridophytes. Okay, this is theory number 1. Then let's move forward. Then we have number 2 theory, which explains the organization of apical meristem. That is what we call as histogen theory. We have histogen theory. This histogen theory was given by Hanstein. ये theory दी Hanstein. Histogen theory was given by Hanstein. This theory states that there are 3 zones of cells in the apical meristem, like we have here. It is an apical meristem. This apical meristem is not composed of single cell, as was believed by the apical cell theory. This theory has a contrasting statement. इसका अपोज स्टेटमेंट ये बोलते हैं एपिकल मेरिस्टम एक सेल का नहीं, ये 3 जोन्स ऑफ सेल्स का बना हुआ है. दिस इज द आउटर जोन ऑफ सेल्स, middle zone of cells and innermost zone of cells. Outer zone of cells is called as dermatogen. It is called as dermatogen. Middle zone of cells, it is called as peribellum. And innermost zone of cells, it is called as palerum. This theory states there are 3 zones of cells. Each zone of cell is called as histogen. That's why name histogen theory. Outer histogen is called dermatogen, which forms the epidermal tissues like epidermis and its accessory structures. Peribellum forms the ground tissue, means all tissues excluding epidermis and vascular system. Palerum forms vascular tissue system, that is xylem and phloem. And this theory, histogen theory, is valid only for root apical meristem. It's valid only for RAM. Only root apical meristem have been found to have 3 zones of cells called as histogens. Okay. Then we have number third theory. Another theory which explains the organization of apical meristem. Number C. That is what we call as tunica corpus theory. Tunica corpus theory. This tunica corpus theory was given by Schmidt. It was given by Schmidt. This theory explains the organism of apical meristem, that apical meristem is composed only of 2 zones, not 3. It says outer zone is called as tunica. Outer zone is called as tunica, and inner zone is called as corpus.